What's going on, everybody? Second video of the year. I recorded one yesterday. I'm just kind of upload them back to back. And it was about the heavyweight trifecta. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on that video. But what I want to talk about today, I had a few subjects I want to touch on. And I'm a little bit behind on where I want to be in the productivity of my video. So I got a lot of stuff to talk about. But what I'm going to talk about today is Dillian Whyte. Now, you know, man, I just can't seem to bring myself to really give any credit to most of these UK fighters, even the UK fans. And I think some of the biggest reasons is because over here in America, we real motherfuckers. For example, if I got a homie who gets into a fight with a dude that we both don't like, and my homie doesn't get knocked out or anything, but they fight, but my homie gets beat up, I'm not gonna tell my homie, yeah, you won the fight, or make excuses for him, because we realist over here. We real motherfuckers. But it seems like people in the UK, they do that. Like, if a fighter from the UK is fighting an American fighter, first and foremost, the UK fans don't use logic. Because in some cases, the American fighter is clearly better than or gonna beat the UK guy, and they'll still be like, the UK guy's gonna win. It's one thing to want him to win, but it's another thing to go out there and say that he's gonna win when clearly he's not. Kind of like Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. If you think that Anthony Joshua, especially at this point, after all we've seen and everything that happened in 2019, if you think that Anthony Joshua or Andy Ruiz could beat Deontay Wilder, you're probably from the UK. So just like that. So, or if their fighter does lose, they'll make excuses. The fight had to have been fixed, or it was the judges and stuff, kind of like the Wilder Fury fight. You know, it's funny because the UK fans will get online and say stuff like, everybody knows that Wilder lost. Everybody doesn't know that. Everybody doesn't think that. And then all of a sudden, everybody from the UK becomes, shall I say, boxing experts and boxing analysts and boxing judges. Do you even know how to judge a fight? Like, they're just annoying for the most part. But back to what I want to talk about today. Dillian Whyte. Now, I don't know if there was ever a point that I liked Dillian Whyte. I think he runs his mouth too much, and he thinks too highly of himself for no reason. They talk about Deontay Wilder's resume. And recently I heard Dillian Whyte say some shit where he said, I beat more top 10 level opponents than him. It's just facts. What top 10 opponents? The only people of note that I could think about that Dillian Whyte has beat is Joseph Parker. I can't think of anybody else that was respected or highly revered in boxing that Dillian Whyte fought and beat. And even with Joseph Parker, he got dropped in that fight. That fight was a barn burner. It was not an easy fight. So I don't get what he's talking about when he says that. Versus Deontay Wilder, when they it's like mainly again the UK people, they come up with these I don't know where they go and get this fabricated and fake information from, but I saw a guy post, he tried to post all of Deontay Wilder's fights, and I knew his information was wrong when he was trying to say where the fighters were ranked when Deontay fought them. Because when Deontay Wilder fought Bermane Stiverne the first time and lifted that WBC belt from him, the dude tried to say that Bermane Stiverne was like ranked 39. How does he have the championship belt if he's ranked 39? So what it is a lot of these guys are racist and or prejudiced. A lot of these guys are mad that Deontay Wilder doesn't really cater to the UK or care about them, seemingly. A lot of these guys are mad that Deontay Wilder's bravado is just so radiant. It disturbs them because they don't see those qualities in themselves and in their own lives. And a lot of these guys are mad because Wilder didn't do and never did what Eddie Hearn and the rest of them wanted him to do. A lot of these guys are mad because they felt like Deontay Wilder was bullying Anthony Joshua, who's bigger than Deontay Wilder and talks a lot more shit, to be honest, than Deontay Wilder. There's a difference between talking out of confidence and acting like a diva and just acting like a girl talking shit. So Dillian Whyte has had several ample opportunities to fight Deontay Wilder. And that's another way that I know who knows what they're talking about. When I'm talking to someone from the UK or anyone about Dillian Whyte versus Deontay Wilder, if that conversation does come up, if I hear them say, he's waited 800 days, I just stop talking to them because I know who and what they've been listening to. First of all, Dillian Whyte has had several opportunities to fight Deontay Wilder. I'll give you two. The first one was he's crying about waiting 800 days to get a shot at the WBC title because in his mind, he's the number one contender, right? Or no, he actually is the number one contender. But in his mind, he's a mandatory for Deontay Wilder. And there's a difference. Okay, so you want to work for the WBC, fight for the WBC. This is a sanctioning body. The WBC, I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019, but the WBC ordered for Dillian Whyte to fight an eliminator fight with Luis Ortiz to get a shot at Deontay Wilder. This is before Wilder Ortiz 2. The WBC ordered that. You can Google that. They ordered an eliminator match between Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz, and the winner would get his shot at Wilder. So there's a chance and opportunity right there. Now, when Dillian Whyte was discussing Luis Ortiz, in his words, I can't remember specifically but verbatim, but what Dillian Whyte said was, when he was describing Luis Ortiz, he's an old man, he's 1,000,000 years old, I'll smash that man to bits. Well, if the WBC shot and title is so important to you, because you're seemingly crying about it every day, if it's so important to you and the only thing standing in the way of you getting that fight is an easy old man, and an old man who's easy to fight and easy to beat, why wouldn't you just hurry up and get him out the way so then you could get your shot at the WBC belt / Deontay Wilder? For any of you idiots to try to make sense of him not doing that, stop talking. 2, before Dominic Breazeale, who actually was the WBC mandatory, before Dominic Breazeale fought Wilder, you can Google this, he offered Dillian Whyte an opportunity for a shot at Wilder. He said, why don't me and Dillian Whyte just fight? The winner fights Wilder. Wilder agreed to that. Dillian Whyte didn't fight Dominic Brazil either. So you can't cry after having ample opportunities to fight Deontay Wilder and you took none of them. I just don't get this whole Dillian Whyte thing. I think he's an imbecile. I think he's an idiot. I also saw him recently, real quick, on some talk show in the UK where all the UK guys suck each other's dicks and regurgitate the same shit. Wilder has no skill. He has no skill. You're not finna knock that many people out without skill. Tyson Fury told you that Deontay Wilder definitely has skills. And this nigga Dillian Whyte is carrying around a WBC belt like he's a champion. You're not a champion. You've never been a champion, actually. And the guy asked him what the belt was. It looks like a WBC belt. And Dillian Whyte replies and says, it's the same belt. It's the same thing. They made two of them because they know that I should be the champ. And it's like these fans in the UK hear this shit and they run with it. It's like the UK's stupid. They're naive. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same belt, you fucking idiot. It's not the same belt because you're not the WBC champion, you fucking moron. So no, it's not the same belt. It's you trying to cause confusion to the dumb ass people that will believe you and carry around this WBC belt to get them to think that you're a champion, when real boxing fans know that you're not a champion at all and you've never been a champion. So yeah, he said it was the same belt. It's not the same belt because you're not the champ. So let's get that out the way. Another thing, he keeps calling Deontay Wilder out of his name. He's a coward. He's a pussy. When I see him, I'm going to punch him up. I'm going to punch him up. And then the fans are like, yeah, he's going to punch him up. I guarantee you, if Dillian Whyte runs into Deontay Wilder, he doesn't lay a finger on him. I guarantee you he won't. Also, to call Deontay Wilder a coward, let's make sense of this for me, UK fans as well. Because like I said, we street motherfuckers over here. We real motherfuckers. We don't, I don't know. Y'all just weird over there. So make sense of this for me as well. Dillian Whyte says that Deontay Wilder is afraid of him, right? Now, I'm going to give you an example. If two guys got into a fight right here, right? Two guys get into a fight, and there's a tall guy and a shorter guy. I'm just doing that for description. There's a tall guy and a shorter guy. And the shorter guy beats the tall guy, right? And then I get out of the car, and they're like, what are you looking at? And then I try to fight the shorter guy, the guy who just won, the guy who beat the taller guy. But the taller guy wants to fight me, but I'm not paying him any attention. And then he starts to call me a coward. Well, how does that make sense that I'm a coward when I'm trying to fight the guy that beat your ass? Did we all forget that Anthony Joshua knocked out Dillian Whyte? Did we forget that? So explain to me logically, make it make sense. I don't want to hear any speculation. I want you to make it make logical, perfect sense. Explain to me how Deontay Wilder could be afraid of Dillian Whyte, whom of which got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, but Deontay Wilder wants to fight Anthony Joshua, the guy that knocked out Dillian Whyte, but he's afraid of Dillian Whyte. Please make that make sense. So, I don't really want to waste too much more negative energy and of my precious breath on talking about bum-ass Dillian Whyte. But the guys got to do better, man. Over here in the States, there's not too many UK fighters that we respect. We respect and we love Lennox Lewis. You know, we respect him. We even got love for Frank Bruno. And I got respect in love for Derek Chisora because he's one of the only few UK guys who doesn't act like an idiot. But all the rest of them bums, like, you know, Daniel Dubois' bitch ass talking about bring the belts home and just betting against Wilder in the Fury fight, knowing damn well Fury has pillow-fisted hands and he's gonna get knocked out, man. He's gonna get knocked out, and I can't wait till he does, because I want to hear y'all. Excuses. When Wilder knocks out Fury, I want to hear y'all excuses. But bitch ass Daniel Dubois, nobody likes, knows about, or respects him over here. Joe Joyce, nobody knows about him over here. Anthony Joshua is a laughing stock in America. We all know he's a coward. He's a punk. And he's a laughing stock. No one in America takes Anthony Joshua serious. No one really knows about Dillian Whyte. Only reason I know is because I'm a boxing buff. But the few people that do know about Dillian Whyte in America, we don't respect him or like him. So, you know, I mean, even down to the smaller guys, your Josh Taylors and fucking Chris Eubanks Jr. We just don't like none of you guys over here because you guys all act like idiots. You say shit that makes no logical sense. You know, I'll give you another example before I close out the video. Like Chris Eubanks Jr. talking about Jermall Charlo's not that skilled. How are you saying a guy is not that skilled when the two guys that beat your ass, Billy Joe Saunders and George Groves, first of all, you're not that skilled if you've got your ass beat twice already. You have losses, okay? And you got your belt from Matt Korobov basically by default. So you're not that skilled, first of all. And you got your ass beat twice already. Please tell me, because maybe I forgot the time that it happened. How many times has Jermall Charlo got his ass beat? Okay. All right, so anyway, that's just my point. To sit up here and say that Jermall Charlo has no skills, it's like the people in the UK, they're like little boys. They have little boy mentalities. When you're a man, you give another man his props. That's why I at least respect Tyson Fury in these Wilder Fury 2 press conferences, because he's like, look, man, Wilder has skill, and I have to be careful. I can respect that. Tyson Fury gets a little bit of respect from me for that right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't like all this wishy-washiness, but I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so like for Chris Eubanks Jr. to say Jermall Charlo has no skill, a guy doesn't become the WBC champ and then hold on to that title with no skill. And then what's also funny is that most of the like fans that say fighters have no skill and shit like that, you can't beat them. Half you motherfuckers talking about Luis Ortiz is old. He'll whoop your ass. You fight Luis Ortiz then, and you're gonna get knocked out. You fight Deontay Wilder then, and you're gonna get your fucking head knocked off. So anyway, I say all that to say, man, America runs boxing. Shout out to American heavyweight superstar, boxer, WBC champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. UK, y'all gotta do something, baby. Again, you rocking with Sweet Science. You're on the air. Subscribe to the channel, Sweet Science 702, and I'm out.